Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, healing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Radio, GorillaCross.com. Make sure you check it out. Download the app for free. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to be here for the next half an hour. Talking about the NBA Finals. Game 6 is live tonight in about 2 hours. So I'm going to tell you why Golden State Warriors have zero chance to win Game 6 tonight. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll delete this. You won't ever see it again. But I won't be wrong because I'm not ever wrong. Quanstradamus is in the building. And not only am I in the building, but I got a special guest in the building with me from Girl Chat Sport. Formerly on Gorilla Cross Radio, still Gorilla Cross Radio family forever.
Thank you.
We got Mo from Girl Chat Sport. How you doing, Mo?
Thank you. I'm good. Hey, I'm digging this intro, first of all, by the way. Shout out to the intro.
Oh, yeah.
Because it mentions Kobe on there.
Definitely.
And all that. Like, who did your intro?
That is DJ Lost and Found. So go check him out. A lot of dope music, so make sure you check him out. He has a new album actually coming out soon. So make sure everybody goes checks out DJ Lost and Found.
I like it.
But Mo, how are you doing? We are NBA Finals ready. We're both in our Laker gear. You know what I'm saying?
Represent.
And tonight, I know you're wearing it for the same reason I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily Laker gear like we want Lakers to win because we know they're not in it.
Right.
It's anti-Celtic gear tonight. So it's Celtic repellent. Even though I want to see a 7-game series, but I also want Celtics just to be done ASAP. So I'm kind of torn. But how are you? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you.
I know.
I think you were here when we interviewed Tyrone Nesby, right?
Yes.
So about a year ago.
Yeah,
it's been a year.
Yeah. I mean, look, no mask now, right? Mask off, right?
Mask off.
Hey, and then it's the summer. It's hot girl summer for me. I'm about to, try to get more chocolatey out in this heat.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay. But, I am excited about this series. This has been an amazing series. But I'm like you. I'm ready for it to be over to a sense. I don't want to see Boston ever again in life. You know that, right? So if they can close out tonight, that would be great. But I know you have some theories, and we're going to talk about it. And I'm very curious to hear about those theories.
We're going to be talking about those theories.
Yeah.
And since Mo's a Laker fan as well, we're going to talk a lot about the Lakers today. We're going to talk about the coaching hire, how you feel about that, how I feel about that. AD hasn't shot a basket. I think he finally shot maybe yesterday. So we'll talk about that. LeBron's thoughts on all that as well. And LeBron wants to buy a team and have it in Vegas. So we'll get into that as well. And some local sports. Vegas Golden Knights have a new coach and then trade a fan favorite player that they traded before. And now he came back, did good, and then they traded him again. Is he really traded? We don't know. We have to look at his contract to see. And the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about them as well
because
it's been exciting watching them. But let's jump into it. First off with the NBA Finals Game 6.
Yeah.
It's coming up soon. So I don't think the Golden State Warriors stand a chance to win tonight. And here's the crazy thing. I've picked the Warriors in 6.
I did too.
I picked them in 6.
I picked them in 6.
I originally picked them in 5. I was just doing that because I hated Celtics fans, so I knew it was going to be a 5-game series. Here's why, and I already had reasons why the Warriors weren't going to win Game 6, and it was going to go to 7 games before today. And then there was some more news that happened today that just solidified why it's not going to happen. Okay. So, first of all, a Game 7 is always big, right?
Yeah.
Game 7 is going to be on Sunday, which is a huge day for sports. What's this Sunday?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. What else is this Sunday?
Well, we got
Juneteenth.
Yeah, Juneteenth. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking
it's
Father's
Pride
Day.
Month.
Yeah.
Now, Charlamagne the God said it's gay Black Father's Day this Sunday. And then today it's announced that Adam Silver has been in COVID protocol, and he is not out of that until tomorrow. So if Golden State wins tonight,
he can't present.
He's not presenting the trophy.
Yeah.
So that's more reasons why.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Icing on top of the cake, or cherry on top of the icing. How's it go? Anyways, something on a cake. I don't eat cake. I do eat dried mangoes. But Adam Silver will be out of protocol tomorrow, which means Sunday he will be able to be there to present the trophy. Yeah. The only way Golden State wins is by a blowout tonight. If it's a close game, we know how NBA refs are. We all know it's not set up, but it's helped out a little bit.
It has, and that was my thing as far as the outcome of this game today being in Boston. It's a very hostile environment in Boston, let's be real. And these calls were going to be kind of my determination on whether the Warriors could pull it off or not. I had picked the Warriors in 6 originally. On my show, I had said it at the beginning, 6. My mom was kind of saying 5. Shout out to moms because she's a huge Golden State Warriors fan. She's even seeing the writing on the wall, thinking it's going to go to a 7 just because of it being in Boston. I didn't know about the Adam Silver thing, so now I'm on the same page with you.
And I just saw that today. When they announced Adam Silver, I'm like, okay, everything else, because that's a big money day. They're going to lose a lot of money if there's not a Game 7 on Sunday.
Right.
Juneteenth, Father's Day, that's a lot going on, and now Adam Silver not being here tonight to present the trophy.
Right.
He's probably in Oakland with the trophy. The trophy's probably not even in Boston right now.
It's there with them shirts.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a mad commercialism day on Sunday, it sounds like. It looks like everybody's going to be crazy busy with the Juneteenth cards, Father's Day cards, and then we're celebrating popping champagne bottles on a Warriors win. Well, at least you and I are on the same page of knowing that the Warriors are going to win this series.
But knowing I want Celtics to lose, because I really do want the Celtics to lose.
Right.
But I have nothing to do on Sunday, so I want to see a Game 7. There's nothing better than a Game 7. Yeah. So I want to see a Game 7, and I don't think Boston has a chance in a Game 7 in Oakland, but at the same time, we didn't think Cleveland did in 2016 either.
Right.
Going back to San Francisco now.
Right.
But even though I want Celtics to lose, I want to see a Game 7, so I'm torn with this right now. But I really do think it's going to a 7th game. I think there's too much money at stake.
I like the theory. I like the theory. And honestly, I mean, it's not like the first time that Golden State hasn't won on an opposing team court. We've seen this before when they won in Cleveland. But if there's no Adam Silver to present the trophy, who's bringing the trophy out? And if he's in protocol like that, like you said, I can see it going to Game 7. And the spread is -3.5. So the bookies are going to make their money. It's very close. So bookies are probably going to make their money. And not to mention on Sunday, yes, we have an Aces game. And I know we're going to talk Aces. But they're playing a 3-winning Lynx team at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
That game's gonna go real quick, and then everybody can get home and watch this Game 7. It's a good setup. It really is. To your point. So.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're gonna see tonight, folks. If I'm wrong, listen, you guys are all wrong too most of the time. So, but I don't think I will be wrong.
I'll be loud and wrong with you on this. I'll be loud and wrong with you on this, but I can't say I don't disagree with you.
Exactly.
I mean, that makes sense. It's not like it's kind of off the wall.
We got Melissa in the chat saying the Laker fandom here with her eyes rolling. And then gave you, kiss emojis.
Oh, we love Mel. Shout out to Mel, Girl Chat Sports.
She's cool.
Just here. She's cool. She's all right.
She's all right.
She didn't give me any mangoes to give you, and I was thinking about that today. I was like, dude, do I need to bring?
I've been begging her for mangoes.
But I honestly was like, I got Jamba Juice, right? So I was thinking, should I get a mango Jamba Juice for Quan? Does he drink that?
Anything mango.
Oh, that's good to know.
I like all fruit, really.
Do
like
you?
I got my
I saw your Starbucks. So I was like,
strawberry.
He's
I mean, what is this? Pink drink.
Okay. Your pink
so
drink. Is it good?
Yeah, I love it.
We both take a sip for that. Shout out to Mel.
Yeah.
Great girl. We had our show yesterday. Shout out to Andre Wade, our guest. But anyway, yeah. So I'm a Boston hater. I can give them props on the way they develop this team and how young this team is, how scrappy this team is and everything. But at the end of the day, it's still Boston. And not for nothing, they're lucky to even be here because had Chris Middleton been out, I don't think we would have seen them in this series.
Yeah.
Had Jimmy Buckets not taken that three that lives in my head rent-free to this day, I don't think we would have seen them either. I mean, I just don't know the outcome, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that Boston had to still go a good 7 games without Chris Middleton.
Yeah, without their second best player, the all-star.
Their shooter. I mean, it says a whole lot to this team, you know, and I like the coach.
And I don't know how do you feel
but
about the Celtics because I like all the Celtic players. I like the coach.
Yeah, I do too.
But it's just the Celtics.
It's
so
the Celtics.
if you took that whole team and put them on a different team,
right.
I'd want them to beat the Warriors.
Right.
But you just can't. If you're a Laker fan, you can't be cheering for the Celtics. It's impossible.
No way, it's impossible.
And if you are, then you're not a real Laker fan.
No, exactly. I have to question your doggone fan base for real. And not for nothing, I think this is leading to the segue of they want to see a Lakers-Boston series. That's where we're going with this. You're not going to see these Celtics again until you see our Lakers in action,
Hopefully.
okay? That's what I'm predicting.
I mean, 17 wins each, 17 championships
we
each.
both need to sit on this soft 17 and have a battle for 18.
Because you know
That's
how
the
dope
game.
that would be
Yes.
to have Lakers Celtics in the finals to see who has the most championships.
I hope I'm alive to see it.
Oh, come on. It'll happen next year.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Listen.
You don't think it'll happen next year?
I'm doubtful of this. After 2024, I may have a different
You
position.
got to have hope.
I can't have hope for old men.
You got to have hope. They're not all old.
They
were injured last year. Okay, so we're going to jump into Lakers
Yeah, let's just talk about
Lakers
this,
got a new coach.
Yes.
And we're both Laker fans, obviously.
Yeah.
If you know, if you guys are watching, please share the live video stream as well. If not, who cares? Because we're gonna push out the replay too.
Yeah.
So Lakers got a new coach in Darvin Ham. First of all, how do you like that coach hiring? And he's bringing Rasheed Wallace with him as one of the assistants, keeping Phil Handy. They cut basically every other assistant.
I mean, here's the deal. I think if it's gonna work, this is probably the way it needs to go. I think with people kind of not knowing who Darvin Ham is and not knowing the history of Darvin Ham, they're really like suspect, and that's just the surface. But at the end of the day, I think they picked this guy for a reason.
Yeah.
And to have Rasheed Wallace on there, power forward center player, you know, very dominant, and his experience working with the University of Memphis, I mean, as an assistant,
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that. My issue lies within more of the players than this coaching situation. And what I mean by that is, are we going to have AD full time? I feel like he's a part-time player.
He definitely has been.
He has been, even since the bubble. I mean, that was his success, was being a part-time player because
But
we had months off.
I'll say last season, because he does get a bad rap for injuries, right? Last season, both those injuries were legit. Like anybody would have been out. Maybe he was out a little longer than most people would have.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting your leg rolled up on kind of a dirty play was his first major injury that he was out for. And then that ankle sprain. You know he has weak ankles, but there was nothing to avoid that. It's not like he stepped on nothing and sprained it.
Right. But this is the same
last year was legit injuries from him. But I also think that's like knowing like how to move your legs if someone's coming and stuff like
wear
that.
better shoes. I mean, this is the same player whose shoe fell off on the court one time too. I mean, I just need him to do better with his feet game.
We need to see him play at least 70 games next season.
Yes, exactly.
He needs a 70-game season, and if that happens, Lakers are in good shape.
They are.
Lakers are in good shape because LeBron might be a little worse than last year, but last year, if they were good, he would have been in MVP talks.
Did you see his numbers?
They were ridiculous.
That's not bad numbers.
So
There's no way to be bad.
if he's close to what he was last year,
right?
And then with a new coach, do they convince Russ to come off the bench? If Russ comes off the bench, I said this at the beginning of last season.
That's the thing.
If he could come off the bench, do you know how great he could be coming off the bench and being a sixth man?
They got to sell it to him, though.
He could be an all-star sixth man like Ginobili was.
They've got to sell it to him. He's one of those guys that does not want to change his position. He doesn't want to change his play. He doesn't want to change his game.
Yeah.
And, that's a tough conversation to have, to tell Russell Westbrook he's coming off the bench. I don't know.
But I think after this past season, what happened, he has to look at that and be like, yo, this might be the only way it's going to work. Because him and LeBron on the floor don't work together. When when LeBron was out and it was him and AD, they looked good.
They did.
When it was LeBron and AD, they looked good.
They did.
So we saw when people were healthy and in the right position, the team looked good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Russ coming off the bench, giving him
I'm not mad at
15, 20 minutes with LeBron, that's
I'm
fine.
not mad at that.
But him running the second unit and doing what he does with Malik Monk and whoever else we have, we don't know who's going to be there.
Right.
But I would be excited about that. And I think that would work. And I think that would put Lakers right back up there in contention.
Yeah, I feel like we still need some young legs. We need some gunners with some shooting games, too. I need Russ to definitely modify his game, not give up so much of turnovers, but that is who he is. He is an apple turnover. But at the same time, I'm not mad at that theory of having him come off the bench. That was my only thing of a takeaway of this coach.
Yeah.
Because, LeBron validates the coaches. He has to get the stamp. They give the stamp of approval on him. So he approves this whole
Well, he had his tweet ready before it was even announced
super
that
excited.
he was the coach.
Welcome, he was ready. So
which LeBron's been super excited about every coach that he got fired 6 months later too. So
right.
Don't get too hyped on that.
Right. So I think you never know, but if Russell does come in off the bench, I'll get back on board. Otherwise, I'm taking FMLA on these Lakers.
Yeah.
I got to go on a leave. I can't get too invested. I don't know if you see me on the show. Mel's witnessed it. A lot of people have witnessed me getting a little hyped where I almost could have a heart attack because I'm going off so tough about what's going on with this organization. But if I see that and I see some good recruitment and I see a healthy AD where he doesn't get caught up, and are they bringing Dwight back?
We'll see. I mean,
and Dwight
he's
was
a free
effective
agent.
in the big. He was doing good.
And that was one of my problems. A lot of people say Vogel got fired for no reason, but I don't agree with that. I wasn't a fan of Vogel. I don't think he made any adjustments. Dwight played good every time he was in the game.
He did.
And then he'd not play for 3 games in a row.
Right, and I didn't understand that.
Dwight's a good player, so I wouldn't mind, you're bringing him back on a vet minimum.
Right.
So that's the only players you're getting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind bringing Carmelo back.
Carmelo was
Carmelo's good off the bench.
He was off the bench, and see, he's another one.
But we can't have the Arizas. We can't have the Ellingtons. We can't have those older dudes. We need to fill those guys up with younger blood.
I agree.
Malik Monk was great.
Yes, he was.
Will Kendrick Nunn actually play a game for the money he's getting paid?
Yeah.
He didn't play one single game. He played one preseason game. That was it.
They still have Avery Bradley, too, right?
He needs to go, too. He's garbage.
Yeah, I feel like phone calls need to be
but
made.
But if Kendrick Nunn, if we can get a full season out of him, I think we're in the playoffs if Kendrick Nunn plays last year.
Yeah. We could have.
So he could be the starting point guard, and then Russ coming off the bench to be whatever he needs to be. I think Lakers will be in good shape. I don't think it's near as bad as everyone thinks. We have all this time off for the older guys who are going to be on the team to get healthy and stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be good. And they have to play starting in preseason because I noticed last preseason we didn't win a game.
Right.
And it reminded me of 2013 when we brought in Dwight and Steve Nash. Didn't win a game in the preseason. And the same thing happened. It was a disastrous season. And, you have to play tough at the beginning. And LeBron needs to show that leadership to, be there at the beginning.
Yeah, and facilitate more. I don't want him to be too ball dominant, but I understand him carrying the team on his back. But he's got to trust in these players. I can't have him, going, full ham and not giving these players a chance because you're taking them out of their game. So I need him to kind of make sure that everyone's on the same page with him and play up to his level. Because, that was the same thing Kobe expected. So I don't know why Bron can't do that from his players. But that's going to be a tough conversation to have Russell come off the bench. His ego alone won't probably allow it, but they got to try it.
I think knowing and hearing trade rumors all season, like Russ, if you don't do this, because he will get traded by the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't accept that role. And I don't think he wants to leave L.A.
Yeah.
He likes it there. He's from L.A. So if you want to stay there, being a sixth man is not a bad thing.
No, it's
Lamar
not.
Odom did it for how long?
Oh, the whole time.
And like I said, Ginobili. He was an all-star as a sixth man. So Six said, I think Russ and LeBron James could be fine. The offense just has to run with LeBron in the post mostly and Russ slashing more to stretch the floor. LeBron doesn't want to be in the post, though.
He doesn't. That's not him.
He wants to be the one bringing it down and stuff like that.
He's a general. He wants to. Yeah, he's running the point.
So I think the only way it does work fully is Russ coming off the bench, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that makes the Lakers so much better because you have a Hall of Famer, a legit, still good Hall of Famer coming off the bench.
Multiple MVP. I mean, my God, he was
and he could do his thing coming off the bench. So I think that'd be the best bet for them. So do you like Darvin Ham, though? Out of all the coaching rumors we heard, I wanted Juwan Howard. He wasn't leaving Michigan, though.
No, that wasn't going to happen unless Michigan got rid of him. He had his little scuffle and stuff like that, but they weren't letting that guy go. That was nothing. You know what I mean? I don't mind it, but honestly, with the coaching fraternity that it is and seeing what happened to Vogel and the way it happened, a lot of these coaches were not accepting the position because of the way Vogel got out. So the fact that they were able to find someone that is really wanting to be on this team, and you got to want to be a Laker. I'm sorry. It's just like the Raiders. You got to want to be in this. And I feel like
and
he will
Darvin's
be.
a former player
He's
and,
a former player,
assistant coach.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be
Yeah.
fine. I think he's going to be fine. I just, like I said, I have no problem with him. I'm worried about our personnel as far as the players on the floor.
Yeah.
If
But you do need a coach
You
that
do.
can deal with that. And I
Yes,
think bringing in
absolutely.
a former player who's a coach
Yeah.
as a former player, Vogel didn't play in the NBA.
No, he didn't.
He might have played in community college. But with bringing in somebody that's been in the NBA,
Right.
played against these guys,
Right.
that voice is going to be more heard.
Yeah.
And that's why I was upset they let Jason Kidd go last year.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed at that. They didn't give
you
him a
should
chance.
have just fired Vogel right then and there.
Yeah.
And just said, kid, don't go anywhere because you're up next. Because
Yeah.
that's the whole reason he was an assistant anyways, because he was going to be up next, and that ended up not happening. So,
And look what he did with Dallas.
yeah, I mean
that
got them far off a team with one player.
exactly. So they should not have let him go so soon. I
Yep.
agree with you.
But I think it is good having a former player being
Yeah.
the coach, still young, I mean, played with LeBron or played against LeBron. And then bringing in Rasheed Wallace. Hopefully he can, AD's very good. His post moves could be better. So
And that's the
if
type of
Rasheed
coach you
can
need.
tell
Yeah.
him, like, get in the post, bro.
Absolutely.
We don't need you shooting threes all
Nope.
the time. Shoot those when you're wide open, but
Right.
don't look for the three.
Right.
But get in the post more. Listen, man, it could be really good.
And do you know his numbers will increase so much if he puts so many boards up if he's in the paint like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd just be a dominant low post player, and I'd love it. I'd love to see that action. And I thought they should have put Russell on the coming off the bench the regular season, this past season.
Yeah,
but they weren't
I
going to
said
have that
that all
conversation. I
season,
said
yeah.
that all season. I was like, he does not need to start. This is not working. Unless to your point when he was just him and AD
Yeah.
or him and LeBron. But when now all three elements are there, it's just not working.
Yep.
It really isn't. So I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that Taquan.
So LeBron James says he wants to buy a team. He was on the shop.
Yeah.
Said he wants to buy a team and hopefully a team in Vegas.
I'm with it.
How soon do you think Vegas is going to get a team?
I think after 2024. I think
Yeah.
within the next couple of years. I think it's very soon. They made the announcement with the Foley
2
group.
or 3 years.
Yeah, the Foley group announced that they're going to build a arena.
Yeah.
South end of the strip. It's like a casino / arena, 20,000 seat arena, that kind
Okay.
of thing. So it's, hey.
So many arenas out here.
Yeah. Listen, and we're not done. We're not
We're
done.
not done.
We're getting the AAU arena too, I heard on Paradise.
Whoa.
It's even crazier.
AAU Arena.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for the AAU tournaments.
Wow.
So that's crazy. So we're gonna have basketball and sports everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking this. If they let
Would
him in the
LeBron
space,
be a good owner? And with the fact that Las Vegas looks like a destination in the next 2 or 3 years for an NBA team, is LeBron retiring in 2 or 3 years to
I
be
need
able
him
to
to
buy
not
a
play
team?
with the Lakers
Because you
and
can't be
Bronny.
a player owner.
no, you can't. But you can have your son play on our new team if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I don't want you playing with
But
him.
he wants
on
to
the team.
play with him for a year.
Yeah, but I don't want him to do that with the Lakers. I really don't want him to do that with the Lakers. I know it's going to sell and it's seat filler and all that.
I wouldn't mind because, listen, if you're a
don't know.
15th man, you're not getting much playing time anyway. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't care who the 15th man
That's
is going to
true.
be. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. They just wanna
We
see
had
his jersey up.
Giannis's brother for 4 years.
That's true.
Yeah,
we did.
he played 5 minutes in,
And we didn't
in all
even
those
know
4
until
years.
you look at the box score that he was like, oh, he's
Exactly.
still on the team.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting though.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
And then your boy Floyd,
Yeah.
he said he's looking at investing in an NBA team too, but he couldn't say where.
Well, if he gets a group together, because it is a group. If
It'd
they
be
get
a
a
group.
group,
Any
it'd
of them has to be a group.
Yeah.
Because I mean, teams is going to be like what Ballmer buy them for, like 2.5 billion.
Yeah.
For the Clippers,
Right.
And Ballmer has that money.
But this is
Yeah,
a freshly new billionaire.
Yeah, this is a
LeBron
$1
range,
billionaire.
A $1
He
billionaire
doesn't have
to
enough.
$100 billionaire. Steve Ballmer, 50 billion, whatever he's worth. He's not Elon Musk money, but he's almost there. I could see him putting a group together of former athletes with Clutch.
Could you
doing
see
some-
that? Floyd, LeBron.
Oh, I can see all that. I can see all that.
I think that'd be cool.
And I don't have a problem with LeBron being an owner. I don't want him being a GM. Don't pick any more players. Just sit back, be this owner, pick the right president, pick the right
I
GM.
don't think LeBron could stay out of it.
That's a problem for me.
I didn't think about it like that, but I don't think he could stay out of it.
That's going to be a problem for me.
He hasn't been able to stay out of the front office as a player.
But that's a
so
problem
when you
for me.
own the actual team,
that's going to be a problem for me. I don't need you, Jerry Jones, in this situation or Al Davis in this situation. I need you to be that owner and picking the right
but that'd
people.
be interested to see if he's not picking the players. It might look different though, because he's a very smart basketball mind. LeBron is very smart,
and I think he could definitely be on a recruit and suggest, but I don't want him picking. That's just me. I just don't want him picking. This is what we're going into right now with the Lakers of him picking. You know what I mean? It was a disaster, and I said that to you a year ago on the show that this was not going to work in my opinion.
My man Mark Jones said, "Aren't the A's coming to Vegas?" Now
I don't know.
The baseball commissioner said today, if A's and Tampa Bay don't work out a stadium deal soon, then we're going to look at relocation.
Wow.
The A's are trying to not have them find a stadium.
Right.
A's want to be out here. I think they're coming out here.
Are they still looking at the Tropicana property?
I'm not sure. It doesn't matter where
I
they're
heard they
looking.
were looking at Henderson now.
It does not matter. I don't like that.
I don't like
it
either.
You need it near the strip.
Yeah. They're saying the strip is getting too congested. Go south then. If that's where the arena is going to be for basketball, just keep going further south. I don't mind that.
Take the Rio out like the plans were a couple years ago.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it. You need, especially in the summer, you need them on the strip for the tourists.
Yeah, you do.
You really do need them down there.
Yeah.
Even though our AAA team does well, you know.
Yeah.
But I would say the A's are going to be like, I feel like it's 90%. Unless Oakland really does something and they...
But they ain't got no attendance. Like, what, 2,000 fans show up? Or 500 fans show up or something crazy
so
like
you're
that?
going to look at that and then say, like, okay, we have 5,000 fans coming to the games this year.
Right.
Let's build a new stadium?
Nah.
I don't know if that works.
No.
I don't know.
I would welcome him here. I'm a Dodger girl, but I always root for the home team, just like I'm a Laker girl and I root for the home team.
The funny thing is, I'll tell you,
when they're not playing my Lakers,
I haven't wavered on any
Dodgers.
other sport except baseball, but the A's were my favorite team back in the day, even when they were playing the Dodgers in the World Series. I was an A's fan back then. Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, Ricky Henderson's my favorite baseball player of all time. So I would definitely welcome it. That's been my squad. I'm a Dodger fan now just because they're actually good, and A's are like up and down, and then every 4 years they get rid of all their good players.
Right.
Which I think would be different if they were in Vegas. You can't do that in Vegas, I don't think.
Yeah.
You'll lose them. But like I said, our AAA team does really well.
Oh, it does.
They do better than what the A's are doing.
Oh, absolutely. They have bigger attendance in the A's games right now.
Yeah.
And not to go back on the LeBron thing, but, if he were to own a team here in Vegas, what player would not want to come and play for this guy? That's why I say he wouldn't even necessarily have to be a GM on that. It's like people would want to come.
Player is one thing, but agents don't like clutch. Other agents don't like clutch, so that might be an issue.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's true.
But at the same time, clutch is smart. They're going to have to, once LeBron is out of the league and actually in ownership or in other roles, they're going to have to look at things a little bit different and probably start doing their business a little different because they don't have LeBron as the head anymore.
Right.
Have Ben Simmons.
They really need to have a conversation with him. I don't know if I keep him.
Yeah.
I honestly thought they were going to let that guy go with all his shenanigans, but apparently not.
So let's go to the Aces.
Yeah.
12-2? 11-2.
12.
12-2.
12-2.
We won yesterday morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I texted you. I'm like, what are they? I'm like, how come I just got a notification saying the Aces won? It's only it was noon when I texted you. But I'm like, so that means the game's starting at 10. I had no clue.
Noon in Dallas, but they could have started the game here.
I thought it was
like
a 3:00 game.
Yeah, it'd been 2 o'clock.
Waiting for it. I would have had it on the TV. I was here.
They could have had a 1 o'clock game here,
Something,
and it could have been 3 there.
I've never heard of a 10 o'clock game, and this is my problem. Like everyone keeps saying, we need to support more. How come they're not getting enough recognition? Like, well, you're having 10 a.m. games on a Wednesday. Like, who's even in the arena to do that?
Right.
Everybody's at work.
Right, and it was close because from what I understand in the first half, the Wings were running it. I mean, our Aces just came up clutch like at the very second half of the game, so I didn't even get a chance to see what that action looked like. But I was very curious. I don't know why they did 10 o'clock.
And then some of the games are on Facebook only.
Yes, and that's crazy too because I've watched a couple of them on Facebook, which I don't mind. It's cool because I like to chat, and there's a lot of people in the room.
But not everyone's on Facebook.
Not everybody's on Facebook, so that was kind of dumb. Yeah. I mean, add an ESPN 3. I mean, you got all the way up to Ocho. Like, why can't we have a 3 with the WNBA
there's a 3.
or something?
The ESPN 3 is just the streaming stuff like that. Yeah, they have. Yeah.
That's right. There is. I'm tripping. So why don't they put it on there?
I don't know. Who knows?
It's crazy.
But the Aces are killing it.
Yes, they are.
I'm a WNBA fan. I like the Aces now. I watch most of the games.
How do you feel about Becky?
She's dope.
I like her.
She's dope. She needs to win a championship quick for us, though, because she's not going to be out here much longer.
I said that, too, on the show.
Greg Popovich, I think she will be the first female coach in the NBA.
Mm-hmm, she
will.
I
think that's in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I think Popovich coaches this season, and then I think he's done.
And then when he's done,
so Becky Hammond might only be this season.
Yeah, and that's what I said that on the show. They got to make it count. I hate to see her go, but this is where it's do or die. Like I need, and
she's an NBA. She's a legit NBA coach in the WNBA.
Look how
right
she's
now.
coaching these girls. Yeah. She's coaching them like an NBA team. This is where she comes from. This is the offense that they play, the defense that they play, the shooting game that they have is all NBA. It's reflective. And so I had said that a while back. I said I'm concerned. I don't want her to go, but if NBA starts knocking, she's going to go. Yeah. And I can't be mad at that.
No.
So these girls
we know
have
this
to
is
do
a pit stop for her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's
just going to be dope when she does do it and becomes the first, because I feel like she should have already got an NBA job.
I agree.
But I'm glad she didn't, so she can come here. And I liked Lane Beer as a coach, even though I didn't like him. But I think they play way different under Becky.
Yep.
And I think she understands the women than a male coach. That's why I have a hard time with male coaches sometimes in the WNBA.
Well, look at Derek Fisher. He's gone.
Derek Fisher, yeah.
He's terrible. He was a GM and a coach, and he was gone.
And I don't like GM coaches anyways in any sport. I just think mixing that is
well, that was Lambeer. He was like president and coach or something like that too. But I'm in agreement with you, Lambeer. To a certain degree, he got him to a certain level, but I don't think he gave them enough confidence to do better or be better. And I feel like Becky has opened that door for them to be better. Look at Chelsea Gray. Like, seriously, look at her. KP has always been on fire. That's one of my favorites there.
Yeah,
she's always been consistent. And she just elevated even more. You don't even think this girl has ever been injured the way she's playing.
But that's the thing. With Kelsey Plum, she's always been really good, and I think we knew that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Vegas knew that.
Yeah.
The fans of the Aces knew that. But now I feel like everyone sees her as one of the best players in the WNBA.
Yes.
We didn't see that 2 years ago. We didn't think she'd be one of the best players. We knew she had a good role and played the role on our team.
Right.
But now she's one of the best players in the WNBA, I think.
She's my
favorite. Know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at her.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
She's cute, too.
She's nice. She's a very nice girl, too. I like her.
Have you been going? Have you been doing media?
We have. When the season first started, I haven't. I've been kind of slacking on that because of the game scheduling and my work schedule. But I am going to this Sunday game. I plan on taking my dad for Father's Day, and I'm just going to be there as a spectator. But they do have a Tuesday night game as well. I mean, the fact that they're playing the Chicago Sky on Tuesday night at 7, I'd rather go to that game. So if I can kind of sneak out of work and go to that, I'll probably be there for media. But that Sunday game against the Lynx, I mean, like I said, they only had 3 wins so far. I think that's just going to be an easy blowout. But it's still
Maya Moore is not walking through that building, folks.
No, she's not. She's not. And so this is where we're at with them. And it's going to be just a fun experience. I'm just going to take it for that. And it'll be nice just to be the spectator. But when you're sitting at that media table and watching those girls go, I mean, it's a total vantage point that just gives you so much insight on how these girls are playing under Becky.
See, I was sitting right behind the media last year.
Okay.
Because Natalie had
and she still got the same seat, so you gotta.
Well, she doesn't have.
She was there.
Well, she's there. She doesn't. I don't think she has season tickets.
No, well, how's she getting those? Maybe she's just buying those. She's just going. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it was cool, being right there a lot. But yeah, same thing. Like, I can only go on Sundays and some Saturdays, but they hardly ever play on Saturday.
Right.
So yeah.
Well,
but they're fun to watch. So if you guys haven't watched yet, make sure you go check out.
It's great action. They need to bring a championship here. I think they'll be the first Vegas team of a pro team to bring a championship here under the helm of Becky. And again, like I said, if Becky is here, maybe I give her 2, 3 tops that she's here with us.
Yeah.
I just don't want them, and I'm not going to, I don't want to jinx it on anything that happens to them, but they're on a great roll right now. I just want that momentum to continue. But
we need to get a championship, though.
Yes, we do need a championship.
We need to get a championship because
we've
been too good the last few years.
Yeah.
For
we
us
get
not
so close, and then it's House of Cards.
We got to do it this year. Chris Wynn is going crazy. Get my Detroit Shock back in.
They want a team so badly.
Which I agree, though.
Like, I do. They need to expand some of these teams.
I'm mad there's a lot of classic teams that aren't in the WNBA anymore. Detroit, Houston Comets, which is a shame that they ever were. They won the first 4 WNBA championships ever. Right. and they're not even in the league.
Yeah.
And he said it might not be the Spurs, it might be a team like the Magic or even the Pistons that get Becky Hammon. I'm not sure because she's right there. I don't think Popovich coaches much longer.
I don't see it.
And so that's why I see her going there.
She's going back to San Antonio.
She's already familiar with them.
Yeah.
They'll hire her in an instant.
Yeah.
They won't even interview anyone else.
No.
So I could see maybe if Popovich still sticks around for 3 or 4 more years.
I don't see him doing that. I don't.
Think, but that's the only way I see her going to a team like the Magic or the Pistons.
She won't take it. I think she wants to go back to San Antonio, honestly. I mean, she'll have to take it if she wants to get back in the NBA world for sure.
And Lane Beer is a good coach, multiple WNBA champ. His resume is loaded. I agree, but I think Becky Hammon is just at another level. He's a better
coach. He wasn't. He is a good coach. I'm not saying discrediting that he's not. She's better. And I'll end it with that.
And our Las Vegas Golden Knights got a new coach, Bruce Cassidy,
what's up with this
from
guy?
Boston
Bruins, right?
Boston Bruins. He took them to the playoffs all 6 years and got fired. You can play. You asked about the coaches in the NBA, but NHL they you can be good and you're getting fired. You can be good and get fired.
Boy. It's a revolving door in the NHL. Man.
I mean, it's so bad. Like if Tampa Bay doesn't win their 3rd in a row, they might fire their coach.
And they go to and they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. But if they lose,
they could just fire their coach. That's how crazy hockey is. But no, he won't get fired. But Cassidy, I think he's going to be a really good coach for us. But we went through a lot of coaches.
We have.
Pete DeBoer got fired after a team. He took a team close to the playoffs.
Right.
That was hurt all year, going through a lot of cap space stuff, a lot of trades that happened and then got rescinded and all that. So I'm looking forward to next season. Even though hockey's still kind of going on, I'm over it. I just can't wait till next season starts. See, I've still been watching, but it's different when your squad's not there.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. This is the first. What is this? The first time we haven't advanced
ever. We've never. This is the first time we've never been.
Yeah, we've never been in the playoffs. So I just feel like,
yeah,
I'm mad with it. What's gonna be with Robin Leonard? What are we doing with this guy? Like everybody's saying, get rid of him, keep him, make him second option. Like what are we doing with this guy?
I mean, he has a lot of money. It's hard to get rid of him.
Yeah.
You can't just trade him because people are going to have to want him. And with the way he played last year and with all the injuries, you can't just trade him.
Yeah.
I say you have a new coach, and anytime you get a new coach, don't panic on the players yet.
Okay.
Let's see how they play under a new coach because a lot of times it's the coaching.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just not even that you're a good or bad coach, just the chemistry, the way you play these people isn't the way they need to play. So let's see what he can do under a new coach. If not, we do got Logan Thompson as the second goaltender there. So I'm excited. I think we're going to be back where we're supposed to be. We're going to be one of the best teams again, even with all this cap space mess. So I'm looking forward to see what we do.
But I like my Knights. I'll ride with them all the way till the wheels fall off. I just want to see. We are set up for an expectation for them to be so good, and then when they're not, it's like, oh. But this is sports. This is how it is. This is a fairly new franchise. I have to remind people.
It's still brand new. I mean,
the Browns ain't even never won a Super Bowl. And look how long they've been around holding out. So, I mean, we're young and we're fresh. So, yeah, I can see us coming back easily.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this,
Chris
Quan.
Wynn
It's been a minute.
It never struck him as a big hockey guy.
Yeah.
I like hockey. Especially the Knights. You've been in my studio too many times to not see my Knights gear all over the place, Chris Wynn. We need to get you on the show, man. Come through next week.
I like the Knights. The Knights games go live. I mean, we are the best in an opener for, as soon as the game starts. I mean, I'm with them.
No, those games are fun.
The games are fun. They're fire. They really are.
And I watch every game. I got every game on TV. And then even before that, I was a Kings fan.
I was a Kings fan.
I watched them, but I wasn't like diehard watching every game. When they got to the playoffs, I would watch them and stuff like that. But other than that, hockey's great. And I've been watching, even with them not being in the playoffs, I still, been watching. But I also sit in front of a TV for a living and have 4 TVs on my wall. So it's not like I have to go and go out of my way to watch hockey games, I was
watching The Wild because of Fleury. I was trying to see what Minnesota was going to do because they were up in contention. And then when that fell off, I was just like, okay, that's it. And so there we are.
Yeah.
But I'm a Knights fan. I roll with VGK. I'm from Vegas. That's our Vegas born and raised professional team.
Exactly.
You got to rock with them. Come on.
My mom said
hey, Rosalie.
Pete DeBoer came on board, I wasn't happy until his first press conference over him. From then on, I was sorry to see him go with Bruce, Mom. He said, she called him Butch. He said we could call him that. Oh, I'm not really excited to see him. That's going to get old. I don't want to call him Butch Cassidy.
Butch Cassidy, yeah.
I'm sure he's been called that too many times. But I think he's going to be a good coach. I think his energy is way different. I think Pete DeBoer was too calm for me.
Yeah.
I like coaches that are a little more excited and get on the players more, you know?
Right.
Like, don't be so cool.
Yeah.
Like, get mad at after a bad game, you know?
Right.
Say something in the media.
No, I agree.
Pete DeBoer never really struck a nerve or said anything.
He was very level, even keeled, even temperament. He never really had emotion, and that was probably
which might be fine for players. They might like that better because we did something wrong, but the coach isn't going to pop off on us. But sometimes the players, especially when you have that many great players on the team, you need a coach to pop off on you.
Yeah.
So
well, that gives it action. I like seeing the coaches pop off. Somebody's asking about the Raiders coach. Now I'm
okay. Let Mo go.
Let me just have my little 2 minutes here. Shout out to, who is it, Mark Jones? I don't know you, but I like the question you asked. What do I think of the Raiders' new coach? I love Josh McDaniels. What do you mean? I'm all for this.
You
Raiders.
love him.
I like him. Do you see what he did with New England?
Did you see what he did after New England and went to Denver and everybody was so hyped up on him and he had to go back to New England?
Yeah, he did. But when he went back to New England, he actually made Mac Jones look really, really like a stud. And I feel like he's going to make Derek Carr look like a stud. And it ain't going to just have to take Tay Adams to do it. You know what I mean?
And I don't like the hate on Derek Carr anyways because a lot of Raider fans, you guys hate him too much.
They hate him because we are so on the instant gratification.
But if
and
you look at his stats last year, like his stats were crazy.
I agree. The man goes crazy. I need you to go for 15 now. You got Tay Adams out there. I feel like this is a no excuse season for our Raider team.
100%.
No excuse. We've got the Black Picasso as our defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They're saying he's like a mastermind behind that defense, and because we got pickups in the defensive side.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm a Raider fan. If you guys didn't guess already, I mean, if you watch the show, you know I'm diehard Raiders. But I'm with it. I think this is going to look really good. And looking at our schedule, we pretty much can win darn near every game. Even our divisional matchups, even when we play the Chargers, I'm putting it out there.
This division is tough.
The division is tough, but I'm not counting. I'm not thinking Denver's going to be a threat. We are the new NFC West. Our division is definitely that tough division like that. I'm not
NFC West got a little weak, a lot weaker.
I can't count out Keenan Allen and those guys over in Charger land.
Listen,
he looks
Chargers
nice, but guess
are going to be tough.
They are going to be tough, but guess what? We went to the wild
Kansas City
card.
got a little weaker.
Oh, definitely. We took Kansas City when we had bare bones. Yeah. I mean, I'm not thinking of them as a potential threat, but I am worried, a little concerned with LA Chargers. If anything,
be good.
I'm really concerned about
really
that.
Next year.
And the thing of it is you look at that, and like I said, we had a very clutch play. I was at that game for the wild card against the Chargers. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. I thought I was personally a jinx. I didn't even want to go because I was just like, I can't go to this game. Yeah. But I went and we showed out, we made it. And listen, AFC as a whole, I'm still worried about Cincinnati. I'm still worried about Buffalo. I'm not saying that we're Super Bowl bound, but we going to some.
I feel like
we're going to be on some playoff
Cincinnati
contention.
has a down year this year.
You think so?
Because they overachieved last year. Overachieving teams, which Burrow is still like ice cold.
Yeah.
So that to me is a little bit different. Yeah. He's not one of those quarterbacks, but
you got Chase over there and Jamar
Chase,
and
but I still think they're going to have a down year. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're favorites to go back to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to have a down year. I think they'll still make the playoffs.
You think the Rams for the NFC? Who do you think? Since Tom Brady's back,
no,
I don't think so either.
You already know who's going to win the Super Bowl. Do I have to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Who's winning the Super Bowl, Quan?
Do I got to tell you?
Tell me. And you better not say the 49ers.
I'm telling you right now, the San Francisco 49ers.
Listen, shut up. I'm about to walk out and leave you.
Easy.
No, come on, stop it.
Come on. We actually got a quarterback now.
Yeah, you do.
We're winning the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Early June 16th
oh my
prediction.
God. I can't believe you're doing this to me right now.
Come on.
The Battle of the Bay game is going to be amazing,
I'm mad.
Are you going to that game?
I'm mad. It's on New Year's Day.
We're going to the game.
But look at the ticket prices.
I know, but we're going to have to make it happen.
I have to get in with media. I have to get in media.
You're going to have to do media. You're going to have to
get in media. That's the only way I'm going.
You're going to have to do something.
I'm
but
not
I'm going
tricks.
something's going to have to occur.
I'm not selling my body to go to a 49er.
Hey, listen, I didn't say the
game.
tricks would have to be selling your body. It could be giving free rides or whatever. You used to be Uber guy. I mean, you may have to, get back in them streets real quick. Make you a little extra credit.
I definitely need to be in that game.
That game is going. Everybody's got to be at that game. I'm sorry. If you're not.
But I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Am I allowed to wear my red jersey in there? It's not, or is it going to be like Oakland where I might get killed going to the parking lot?
Listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to the Battle of the Bay game like this, and you've got California residents here, I don't think you're going to have to worry about wearing your red jersey. I'm not going to say the attendance is 50-50, but I'm going to say it's going to be close. You're going to see a sprinkle of red and gold. You're definitely going to see some people out there representing both sides. And now we got these LA Raider fans coming in the mix, and there's no protocols to get into the stadium. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. I'm there.
Wait, this is dangerous. On New Year's Day.
You're coming off a drunken New Year's Eve night.
You're not even coming off a drunken New Year's.
You're still in the level.
They're coming drunk.
Yeah.
Is that media space like separated from everybody?
It is. It's actually a nice, it's upper level.
So
it's
I just
really
need to
nice.
I just need to get media credentials.
See who we can work with. I need to talk to Mike Dixon if he answers his phone maybe and see what I can do. But I'm going to this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what I got to do, but I'm going to the game. Like that's not an option. You got to go to Battle of the Bay.
I got to be there. It's just I'm mad that it's on that day.
You do.
Because it wouldn't have been as crazy.
Yeah. Because you're going to have to witness your L. I don't know. You're talking the Super Bowl thing.
I mean, I'm Vegas, so I get no L. There's no L in this game for me. There's no L in this game for me. It's 1A and 1B, so I'll get an L. I might get a lowercase L.
Nah, you're going to get a big L that day.
No, there's no such
house
thing.
always
I like
wins,
both
sir.
teams. I like both teams.
Well, the
though.
house wins. The house always
I'm
wins.
a 49er fan. I'm a Las Vegas Raider fan.
Okay.
Which is not Battle of the Bay because guess who's not in the Bay? There's no Bay in Vegas.
I know, but
There's
we're calling
Mandalay
it Battle of the
Bay.
Bay. Yeah, that's true. Well, we can represent
So maybe they get Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay.
I mean, it's right across the street.
Yeah. Hey.
So it is. It still is Battle of the Bay.
Yes, it's Battle of the Bay.
Yeah.
You're going to see some Oakland Raider fans you ain't seen in a long time coming through to this thing. You're going to see some LA Raider fans coming through. And then you're going to see the Vegas residents like myself, who's been a Raider fan, coming through this thing.
And all the new Raider fans.
And all the new Raider fans that don't get the call right. I need you to forgo your tickets. If you can't do the call, talk to one of us. Call? It's Raiders. And they just go, let's go Raiders. Where are we? No, that's not how we do that. Oh. Yeah, it's bad. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts my ears.
Wow.
Yeah, I need you guys to get the call right.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. I need you to get the call right. And when we call it out, you need to respond. I mean, we were deep for NFL draft. Yeah. We were there as a whole city. Fans showed up. We got to see, I got to meet Bo and Darren Waller. Really? Yeah, that was dope.
Darren's been at the studio before.
Yeah, you got to let me know when he comes back in here.
Yeah. He's getting a little famous now.
He is, and he's actually very personable.
Yeah,
so it seems like he comes through if you ask him. Yeah. It seems like he's very interested in doing that. So you got to let me know when he comes back in here. But yeah, that game, the Rams game and the Battle of LA, when I go to LA to see them, that's going to be a game. I mean, our schedule is so ridiculous that hey, Raiders. Yeah. Raider Nation.
Raider Nation. We'll talk way more football in the future with Mo. Listen, once again, we're going to close this out, but we're going to give our picks for tonight's game. I am going with the Boston Celtics only because of all the factors I said earlier in the show. If you guys missed the beginning of the show, go watch the replay. But I'll tell you right now again, Sunday is a big money day for the NBA. If there's a Game 7 is huge. It's Father's Day. It's Juneteenth.
Yeah.
It's Pride Month.
Yeah.
The game will be in San Francisco for Pride Month.
Yeah.
And Adam Silver is not at the game tonight because he's in COVID protocol.
I had no idea.
He gets out of COVID protocol tomorrow, which means he would be able to be there Sunday to present the NBA Finals trophy.
I had no idea.
All these factors factor in to the Celtics winning tonight in Boston. I like Golden State. I picked them in 6, but I have to rescind that pick and say Golden State loses tonight and Boston wins, and we're going to see a Game 7 where Golden State will win at home in San Francisco and hold up that trophy.
They're winning
once
the
again.
Finals. They're winning the finals. I got that. Yeah, they're winning the finals. And I didn't want to be loud and wrong and say that they're not in 6. I'm still hoping for 6, but to your theory, I can see Boston pulling this out. And just for what we talked about earlier. So everybody catch the replay so you can see how we discussed that. But hey, I'll welcome a Game 7. Let's go.
I'm excited. The game's in about an hour, so make sure you guys check it out.
Yes.
You'll be on Twitter, Facebook. We'll be on there talking about the games.
Oh yeah.
On our social media.
Absolutely.
So make sure you guys check it out. Mo, thanks for coming through.
Dude, I had such a blast with you, Quan. We got to do this again. We can't go a year out.
It won't be that long.
Let's
we'll do it soon.
Yes.
Maybe she'll be here next week. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, but listen, man. Everybody, download the Gorilla Cross app. It's free. And check us out. I'm here every Tuesday or Thursday at 4 p.m. Maybe not both days, maybe one day, but check it out. Follow me, Follow us at Unnamed Sports Show, and you can see mine at Quan59. So follow me on all social media, probably on Instagram more than any of them. So make sure you follow me there and follow the page at Unnamed Sports Show. We do a lot of short videos as well. So for Mo, I'm Quan59.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you're watching the live replay or the replay, then we appreciate that too. So
yeah, catch us on that.
Warriors by double digits tonight. Chris win. They have to win by double digits.
I mean, minus 3.5.
Like I said, if it's close, the refs are going to lean towards a Game 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Warriors, the only way they win is by a blowout.
It's going to be close because they can't do a blowout that loses viewership. You need to make this game exciting, so it's definitely going to be a close game.
But one more thing about this series, neither team's played good on the same night. Like, it's been a really good series, but none of these games have been, like, super close games. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, it's like one team's really good, the other team's not. So,
but it hasn't been blown out
I
leads.
think
It'll
we'll
be double-digit leads, but it's low double digits. It's not like, blowouts.
Golden State, when they're going up by like 12 in the first quarter, though, it's kind of over. So Boston needs to come out strong tonight.
And I think they will.
Strong. Boston's strong.
I think they will.
Love you, Mo and Mel. My mom said Mel's
Rosalie,
not even here.
She's not here, but I'm repping for Girl Chat Sports. Please check us out.
She doesn't even watch my show unless one of you are on. So I guess I got to have one of you on every week.
Yeah, we have to both come on. It has to be double team.
I know, but you guys are never off on the same day.
I know. We'll just have to try to coordinate. Maybe I'll have to call in.
Well, she can come here on a Thursday.
Yeah.
She can call in.
She can come in on a Thursday. She could have came today. Easily.
Exactly. I didn't invite her.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't get the invite last week either. Or the last 2 weeks you guys were on. So it's a trade-off. Because it was a
Tuesday. See, I already knew your schedule. I knew not to hit you up for a Tuesday show. Yeah.
But I'm glad because it was just me and you.
Yeah.
And we could talk Lakers. We could talk what we like.
And she interrupts a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Those Seahawks. They ain't
she'll
going
bring
nowhere
up Russell Wilson.
Yeah, all of that.
Like, what's she talking about?
Yeah, all of that.
We don't need that.
No, we don't.
All right. We will see you guys next week.
All right.
Watch the finals.
Yeah.
I might be back on Sunday if there's Game 7 to talk about the aftermath of Game 7.
You should.
Yeah. Peace.
We out.